How long do you think it's going to take for me to bust up your group with the shit that was said? Oh, and by the way, Alicia. Hold on. You guys ready for something? I guess it's time to tell everybody the truth. I know who's sending the pizzas to Tina. Who sent them to Brittany, to Melissa. And how do I know, you might ask? I know. Beth has all these things. You guys ready? So talk 5. Tell everybody how that works. Talk 5. Do you want to tell everybody that you were the one sending pizzas and wings for Elizabeth Paul? And if you sent those pizzas, what makes us think you didn't send everybody's?
She might have been older than 71, but I think she was 71. She was like...
Do you want to tell me why you...
Very well known. And the guy that hit her owned a business.
I'm just asking for a friend, Talk 5.
I can't wait to you, Lisa. Beth is obsessed because we're not even talking about her. Good morning, Beth. I'm sorry. Hi, how are you?
Well, maybe you shouldn't send pizzas to people. That's rude and disrespectful, isn't it? Hey, Brittany. Are you going to go ahead and tell Talk 5 she's a piece of shit?
You know, real shit. You probably know nothing about, but...
Talk. Stop sending pizzas to everybody. Especially considering you were the only one with Trina's address. Oh, and how do I know you have Trina's address? Because you tried to send it to me, and I told you I don't even know who that bitch is.
I knew she was older. Just swimming in the back bay, going for a swim, and at first, like her saying that she was, you can't swim by the docks, because then if you're trying to,
right?
Reasonably, if you were right next to the dock, those floating docks are pretty, you wouldn't see somebody in the water. That I can say, unless you're right up on them. But this didn't happen by the dock. This happened literally in the middle of the bay.
Karen sent some to Tina too. I'd have to look through my messages to find the proof. I only know where Talks is because I just remembered it. So you're not gonna talk about it? You're not gonna talk about the fact that your own people are the ones sending pizzas? Yeah. Oh look, it's Drunky Dakota and Missy's in there. Hey Missy, how's it feel to know that Talk 5 is the one been sending pizzas? How's it feel?
That's why, Lindsay, we don't go out on the weekends. We only go out on the weekends.
I let Talk come over here as a peace, like a peace treaty or a fucking...
So many crazies out there. Back to sleep or order food. Order food. Alicia missed you so much. She had nightmares of not being...
Sweetie, I can see your comments, Dawn, you moronic bitch. How about let's talk about the fact that I just proved Talk 5 is sending shit.
Yep, order food. Good morning, Scam Upper. How are you? Good morning, Charlotte.
Aw, my sweet Charlotte's getting blocked.
Rachel, just know I love. Remember that. Oh my God, I can't. What they said.
I think it's hilarious that you want to talk about everything but Talk 5 sending pizzas that I just proved. I honestly forgot about it.
Lindsay, honestly.
Aw, Missy, you wouldn't know about getting herpes because the last time you got laid, Caitlin was born.
I hope not. I hope not. I wouldn't know because I've never had them, so.
Dawn, you're a giant walking herpes.
Like all water? Or just, like I don't go in the ocean. I gotta be able to see land.
Missy's scared of the fucking water, dumbass. That's the whole fucking reason she was like, I can't go on the cruise, I'll meet you in Puerto Rico. Bitch, you weren't invited.
Twice in all the years we've been boating, it was just. No, but I don't want Devin to feel alone. Oh my gosh, Alicia. But
Hey, Alicia.
Why would they get a boat if he's a... Oh yes, Lindsay, ADT did. Yes, she got there
Good morning, Tiffany.
safely, and she landed.
Baby, Alicia's in love with you, just so you know. She wants your poo nanny.
She's living it up in Italy while we're all slumping it in New Jersey. It's okay. He's sneaking.
Alicia, you're so fucking obsessed with my relationships, bitch.
But how is he gonna go out on the boat if he's afraid of the water, Alicia?
You guys are dumb as fuck, bro.
I'm just asking. Oh yeah, Chris Brown. Yeah, he was at the Hard Rock last weekend. My husband and my son did the loadout of Chris Brown, and yeah, he was. I forgot he was there. Devin and I are going to have a talk, like Beth talks to Lexi. Devin and I are going to have to talk to Beth, like Beth talks to
What are you doing, Lexi? You sleep in? Mama woke you up? You can come say mommy?
Rabies causes.
Big old fridges. Big old stretches. No, Alicia's the dumb bitch. I think you're dumb bitch. Almost as dumb as Missy. Hey, Missy, you talked yourself out of $900, moron.
You guys are crazy. Oh my gosh.
Keep talking shit, Missy. Beach bum. Oh, nice for you to get blocked when you come into my Not Live again next.
Oh my gosh.
Kryptonite's here, we have to quit. Kryptonite's in here, we gotta quit. Good morning. Dumb Alexi. No, dumb Alexi. Did you, my baby? Oh, I was actually just mocking some shit. It was fucking hilarious. The shit with Britney last night was hilarious. Tina's racist ass got in her box, started trying to act all hard, and it was funny as fuck. Yeah, it was funny as fuck. Yeah, that's my baby. That's my baby. I'm just chilling on mom's lap. That's how we're doing it. Okay. Absolutely never. Alicia, you're trying so hard to stay relevant in those comments, boo-boo. You really are. Good morning, Lippy. I apparently am a puppy pat today. Am I a puppy bed? My lap just belongs to you at this point. Girly, can't do that. There's not enough space for your big ass. Yeah, there's not enough space for your big ass. She's gonna fall and knock shit over. Yes, she did. There's not enough space right here, silly. No. Everybody else is still sleeping. Yeah, everybody else is still sleeping. Don't be a jerk. You're trying so hard to stay relevant. You need Jesus, bitch. No. You can't get up there. Things will block you. Plugged in over there. You like to unplug Wi-Fi's. You know. You know. You like to unplug Wi-Fi. Yes. Good morning, Dog Mom. Good morning, Lena. Actually, today we do have a conversation I want to get started, but let me see where we're at on time. So today's discussion is going to be World War III. Okay? Y'all ready for this? Strap in, got your coffee? Everybody ready? Is Melanie in here? You know she hates when she misses these. Coffee? Cigarette and dab. Let's get it. Welcome back, just in time, Barb. Those of you just here for the drama, please feel free to exit. We need none of that right now. I've titled today's talk, How to Accidentally Start World War III, a step-by-step guide. All right, folks, welcome to today's episode of You Can't Make This Shit Up. So in case you haven't looked at your screen yet, I did show you a picture of Donald Trump about to slam a giant red cartoon button labeled World War III. No, this is not a deleted scene from The Simpsons. This, my friends, is political satire. But like all good satire, it's funny until you actually kind of realize how close it is to reality. Picture this. You're sitting in the Oval Office. You've got nuclear codes in one hand and a cheeseburger in the other. And you think, what if we just solved everything with one big boom? You turn to your advisors who, let's be honest, are already sweating. And you say, hey, wouldn't World War III be great for ratings? Because in this cartoon world, and, maybe in our real one, foreign policy isn't about diplomacy. It's about who can trend on Twitter the fastest. And unfortunately, nothing trends faster than nuclear war. Now let's talk about that button. Oh yeah, dude, Rosa was stoned. Thank you for saying that. Alright. Now let's talk about that button. Every cartoon dictator has one. Big, shiny, and red. And labeled something like, don't press unless you're trying to ruin civilization. But Trump's button in this picture, it doesn't just say launch missiles. No, it's branded. It says WW3. That's marketing, people. That's branding. We've gone from policy debates to merch. And here's the thing. This isn't just a joke. We've actually been way too close to moments like this. We've had leaders, not just Trump, who talk about nuclear weapons like they're party favors. When leaders start treating war like a reality TV plot twist, the rest of us end up in the background as background characters who didn't sign up for this drama. The cartoon is funny, but it's also a warning. Because history has shown us from the Cuban Missile Crisis to Iraq that all it takes is one reckless decision, one impulsive ego trip to tip the world into chaos. Satire like this is here to say, hey, maybe let's not give people with short tempers access to end-of-world buttons. It's here to remind us that democracy isn't a spectator sport. If we check out, we get leaders who think foreign policy is just pushing buttons for attention. And that's how we get real-life versions of this cartoon, without the safety of it being drawn in pencil. So the next time you guys see a cartoon like that, I also want you to laugh. But ask yourself, who's actually got their finger on the button right now? Because in the end of the day, this isn't about left or right. This is about up and down. As in, are we all still up here living our lives? Or are we down there explaining to future archaeologists why our species thought memes were more important than peace? Alright, I'm going to leave you with a cheerful thought on this topic though, guys. Remember, stay informed, vote smart, and keep your hands far, far away from any big red buttons. Hey everybody, welcome back to my What Could Possibly Go Wrong series. Today's episode, Donald Trump, a giant red button, and apparently the sequel to World War II nobody asked for. I want you guys to think back to the cartoon I showed you. Trump's about to push a button labeled World War III, not do not press, not launch missiles. Nope, it's literally branded like a new fast food combo menu. You know you're in trouble when your foreign policy looks like a Looney Tune prop. I mean, the button is the size of a dinner plate. This isn't diplomacy. This is the Price is Right nuclear edition. Good morning, Courtney. Good morning, love to love. Also, I just have to say it. When your button is this big and this red, you're not solving problems. You're compensating for something. So for those of you just coming in, let me show you guys the political satire cartoon we are referencing. We are referencing this picture here. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. So this is the cartoon when we are referencing the politically satired cartoon. This is the cartoon we're referencing, okay? Here's how it works in the Trump world. Step 1. It's actually one of my favorite sweaters. It says, Mary, kiss my ass. Okay. So here's how it works in Trump world. Step 1, wake up, check Fox News. Step 2, see something mean someone wrote on Twitter. Step 3, slam the end of civilization button while yelling, "Make Earth great again!" The man thinks war is a season finale. He's like, stay tuned for next week of World War IV, the one where I win. Now, I gotta try to see if I can do that in his voice. Hold on, guys. I've been practicing. Stay tuned next week for World War IV, the one where I win, the bestest war, the biggest war. Now, we can laugh, but here's the scary part. Real life has actually been this close before. World leaders, not just Trump, oh, sorry guys, hold on. Now we can laugh, but here's the scary part. Real life has actually been this close before. World leaders, not just Trump, have been way too close to making nuclear war a thing. We've had actual moments where the only reason we didn't blow ourselves up because one guy in a submarine said, maybe let's not. The cartoon's supposed to be satire, but it's also like holding up a mirror, realizing, oh, wow, the joke's on us. Let me ask you all a question. If you had a big red button on your desk, what would it do? Drop nukes, release puppies, turn every road into a Choco Bowl drive-thru? Let's go ahead and get some comments. There's 15 people in here. So, if you had a big red button on your desk, what would it do? It could be anything in the world. Free ice cream, drop-in puppies, what would it do? A cure for cancer? That's an awesome button, mama. Anybody else? What would your button do? Provide financial freedom for yourself or for everyone? Provide homes for the homeless. Give free health care. Brookie, we are talking about... So let me go ahead. If you guys don't mind, I'll go ahead and start over a little bit. So I created this politically satired cartoon yesterday. What if they can't work hard, Trish? Do they deserve to struggle? You got me sniffing something yesterday, Rose? No, you didn't. What if they physically, mentally aren't capable of working hard? Should they have to struggle? Not calling you out, just trying to put things in perspective. here's the thing. What is abusing the system? What if physically the doctors say they can work, but mentally they can't they can't hack it. They can't check out the way they need to do it. Should they have to struggle? Or to be fair, who's to say the fact is we have the resources to be the greatest country in the world again. So, all of your guys' ideas of buttons to have were great. I would much rather have people worried about healthcare and homes than somebody. To be fair, though, I get that. But absolutely there is. There's people who use it because they decided they had a bad day. But as humans, we're always going to have someone abusing the system in place. It's just the way some people are hard. I think that we are hardwired to try to find a shortcut. To do what we need to do to get ahead. However that is for us. But the thing is, bro, I feel that. Trust me. The thing is we, in our country, we've created a system where the people who make $1 million a day convince you that the people making $15 an hour on welfare are the problem. Not the endless wars, not any of that. It does. Each person is different. Each person is different. And that's the thing. We can't base our judgment on our own perceptions because our life has not been the same. It's actually not. White people in the South are the highest recipients of welfare benefits in the United States. Low-income white people in the South, I'm going to repeat this again for those of you in the back. White people in the South statistically receive more benefits and utilize more of the welfare system than people of color anywhere. Can we please get that very straight? How am I using anyone for gifts, bitch? I'm over here watching your comments while you're turned the fuck down and we have an actual conversation. Absolutely. But I believe that it should be on a case-by-case basis. One of the things we as a country have forgotten is that we are not all the same person. We are not all working on the same timeline. Just like no one gets addicted the same way, nobody gets clean the same way. Each of our paths is a different road. Yep, and then you're paying for your health insurance, then your deductibles, then your copays, then everything else. It's one of the reasons that a single-payer healthcare system is the smartest way to go in America. But you have idiots like these fools over here running their fucking mouths and screaming that nobody deserves healthcare if they can't pay for it.
She's famous for all the wrong reasons.
We done turned you bitches down and had a full 10, 15, 20-minute conversation. And you're still yammering.
Sorry.
You guys are part of the problem.
Wherever you are. I didn't mean to send that.
There should absolutely be specific perimeters. There should absolutely be specific perimeters on a general, but each and every one of those should be a case-by-case basis. Just like always, we are individuals in America. But here's a problem with that. Here's the problem with that, Kryptonite. Abortion's no longer easily accessible. Contraception is no longer easily accessible. Especially down south. You've got to stop and think. The amount of women in domestic violence or controlling partner relationships south of the Mason-Dixon line is ridiculous. Contraceptions are not easy to access any longer. See, and that's where I disagree with you. I see your point of it, but I also see that sometimes it's not as easy. You don't have access to prenatal care. You don't have access to abortion. You don't have access to contraceptives. You don't have access to anything else. Education's a huge. And that is your opinion, and I can disagree with you on that because I know plenty of people who were raised. But that's the thing. We talked about this yesterday, Haley. We do not set our parents up for success here. But it has always been harder to access in highly religious rural areas. You have to understand that as well. Like, it's not always been easy to access. And some women are trained from birth that the only thing they are is a broodmare. Are you in my creamer I already bought? Why are you worried about me, bitch? That absolutely does exist. But like I said, it's a requirement on a case-by-case basis. And that's where the case-by-case basis must be applied. If you keep popping kids out every year so you can live a lavish lifestyle while your kids suffer, then absolutely you're abusing the system, and that should be immediately taken away from you. But pull-out method is not guaranteed either. Access to condoms is not always available either. Just like not everybody has access to sanitary napkins or contraception or birth controls, or even medical care. So, I think that there's two sides to that coin. And that was your decision and your mindset. Remember when I talked about our perspective shaping our reality? I'm just the type of person that I know that my perception is different than others. So I do not try to I would have loved to have my kids apart like that.
Why are you bitches still talking about me? And you have to make an email for every troll account you make. I mean, you don't have to make like a real email, mind you. Just has to be an email. You gonna steal my double-sided tape I was playing with? It's yours now? See, and I love that you had the thought process too, but your perceptions and your life experiences, absolutely, but not all people make poor choices that lead to their struggles either. That's why treating the individual instead of the statistic. No, ma'am. Yeah. We have to stop making it a statistic and start treating people as an individual. Just like with the police violence in this fucking country. Okay? Qualified immunity is something that should never have existed. Does anybody absolutely know how qualified immunity for police officers got started? It's situational. Absolutely. That is the biggest thing, is situational. Oh, absolutely. No, not everyone is a victim of life. You're correct. There's some people that choose to put themselves into that same motherfucking predicament time and time again. I could have stayed in a tiny little town where I would have had no options and no nothing, but I chose not to. I mean, that's not a bad thing right there. Exactly. And that's where we have to put changes in place, Kryptonite. See, the thing is we're humans, therefore, no one issue is going to be one-sided. There is going to be complexities. There is going to be all kinds of things. But we also blaming the victim goes nowhere either. That's crazy. Loving brains. Good morning. Dang. John. Maybe. I was not gonna put anything up there. Well, no. I was just saying, each flip side of the coin. Not everyone is a victim, but we have to not blame victims either. Do you see what I'm saying? It's... No. I'm just using the same flip coin strategy. I'm just using the same flip coin strategy that I use in everything. Does that make sense?
Insta always tripping, girl. You already know. Girl, don't even start. Apparently, you're just gonna chill right here, huh? I'm just using the flip coin strategy. It all comes down to we need to staff our areas with enough people so that situational welfare becomes a thing. Trying to climb in my lap, baby. You can't fit up here. You're getting too big for all that. Girly. Hello. You just need to be loved on this morning. Are we having issues? Apparently your name is Issue. Oh, absolutely. There's people who milk the system for everything. I've seen motherfuckers driving Lexus's, hair, nail done, everything else. Ain't got a single fucking thing but welfare.
I don't understand how you can have, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all this shit, plus TikTok, and get all this stuff, and they haven't stopped shit. I don't understand it. Good morning, April.
I honestly agree with that assessment, Kryptonite.
Come on. Come on, laddie. Come on. Dawn has... What do I have? Either heard I did? Oh, my gosh. How would they know?
Have no bills. What the fuck do you mean, Love Grands?
Oh, my Lord. I'm sorry I lied to you all. I'm sorry. So sorry.
Yup. I get my SSI, and that was after a long-fought battle, which is the only reason I get any other assistance at all. And I only get to make $2,000 in assets. No, you're absolutely right. I had to fight for my SSI. Once mine finally came in, and I tried to get on the Ticket to Work program. Oh, excuse me. I'm being reported, so I will be right the fuck back.